And welcome back. We're moving into our final conversation for today, but we're still centering on technology, and this time we're being joined by William Mauler Jr., who represented Belize at the Canto Youth Forum, where he functioned actually as a master of ceremonies. And we have productions manager and Pi Data rep for Belize, Darren Thompson. Good morning and welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Good morning. Thanks for having us on the show.
Good morning, Marlene. Good morning, Marlene. Good morning, William. Good morning, Belize. I'm confusing you two, see? I'm definitely...
It's the hair, isn't it? It's the hair.
It's definitely that, right? I know my voice sounds a bit different today, but I don't sound that masculine.
I'm definitely glad to be on the show this morning.
Okay.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Pi Data first and the significance of that.
Well, Pi Data was formed, it's an organization, and it was formed in September, the month of September 2014, after Canto's annual conference. A guy by the name of Sergio Pennell, he's from Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Suriname. He came up to me and he basically pitched a vision to me, saying that he wanted to create a hub, a technological hub within the Caribbean, something similar to CARICOM, but focusing on youths in ICT. And he explained how he was going to get this done. And a couple weeks after, he started to connect with different Caribbean leaders from Bahamas, from Trinidad, from Jamaica, from Belize. And he was just building up the excitement and pitching the vision to other Caribbean leaders within the Caribbean, of course. And soon after, we started to have official meeting every Monday night, just discussing, who we are as an organization, what we do, our plans. And just to break it down, what is Pi Data? Who is Pi Data? Well, Pi Data is a marketplace for Caribbean technology. We're a group of young, sharp, innovative, creative, young Caribbean people. And our goal is to inspire, is to educate, and to sustain youths with regards to technology. And we're going to be the next CARICOM. Not to speak bad about CARICOM. CARICOM is doing a very good job, but we're here to take over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Darren, let's talk about how did you get involved?
All right. Well, it all started for me like a year ago. William had this idea of a broadband competition that Canto was hosting, right? So on Facebook now, I saw this person post. Anybody with a good camera, can you please help me make a video? So I was like, I just got this camera and I wanted to test it out and different things. So it's perfect for me. So I inboxed the guy and then I ended up meeting William, and we ended up doing the video that won first place. So he also won a trip for 2 and a bunch of other stuff. And then stemming from this video, we've been in the organization Pi Data. We just really want to let the youths know the amount of power that they have, in terms of everything. We're like creative, and we have a lot of ideas. So we just have to make them come true.
Now, when you talk about online forums, there's an online forum for just about everything under the stars. If you search for it, it's probably there. What makes Pi Data different?
Well, in terms of, and I'm glad you asked this question.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different organizations, a lot of different youth services, whether online or physical.
Mm-hmm.
Basically doing the same thing, searching for youth, searching for creativity. But what makes us different is that we're regional. And not only that, we're connected and we have the same mind, we have the same vision. And, we're thinking about what we're going to do next. And when I look at the Caribbean, we have a lot of tourists, a lot of attraction. And if you notice that whenever tourists come here, the only thing that they say is, wow, we have pretty sands and beaches and it's a beautiful place. But they never say that the Caribbean has smart people. They never say that the Caribbean has educated people. All they speak about is, our environment, our food, And what we're trying to do is, we're making people realize that we as the Caribbean, we have intelligent, we have educated people. And in terms of Pi Data being different, we're bound to produce the next Facebook within the Caribbean. We're bound to produce the next app, the next big thing within the Caribbean. And we're connected. We have the same mind, and we're moving forward.
So it's people who have a very common interest in ICT, information, communication, and technology, coming together in one forum, right?
Yeah, we're just trying to take the strong people from Caribbean, and let's form a network, a marketplace, because in the Caribbean, a lot of us look up to America, to Europe, and others, And I say to myself, we have so much potential and so much talent in the Caribbean. Let's just say, for example, Belize alone. We have so much talent, and going to other countries in the Caribbean, you realize that, hey, it's the same everywhere.
Yeah.
But we just need that push behind us sometime and the support, and I think that's it. We're set.
So what has the conversation been like in the forum so far?
Well, the team was promoting youth entrepreneurship and innovation, and we had key speakers like Ryan Kopinski. He worked on the Google Glasses app. Miguel Rodriguez, he discussed about crowdfunding. But the main issue was youth employment and youth being able to get opportunities to start their own business. I mean, with youths getting funds from big organizations, and just organizations willing to invest in them, and that's something that I'd like to talk about later on. But the topic was about innovation. Us as the Caribbean creating the next big thing. When, for example, a fisherman, he usually goes out to the sea, to the ocean. The reason why he goes out to the sea, to the wide area, is that he knows that there are a lot of big fishes out there, a lot of very good fish. But it's rare that that fisherman would go into the river, go into a pond, or go into the canal or drain to catch that big fish, or because he doubts that there's hope to catch a nice fish. My point is that a lot of organizations, youth services, development, or a lot of different companies, they go to the top schools, they go to the top organizations to search for the top youths, to search for the top people, but they never seek out in the little areas, They never seek out in the small towns to look for educated youths, to look for smart and creative youths. And I want to challenge those organizations that are out there, those big companies, not to only look at the big places where you're bound to find these educated students, these educated youths, but look in the small places, because there are brilliant and educated and intelligent youths as well within those areas.
Now, what do you want young people in Belize to know about this particular initiative, and why they should be interested to find out more?
With regards to that, there's a lot of opportunities with what we're doing, and we're trying to step up. I personally want to see Belize change with regards to the education system, with regards to the way we think, because we as Belizeans, our mindset, it's sometimes limited because there's no exposure to the things that are outside. And with Pi Data, and Pi stands for performance, image, and exposure. The P, with performance, we always believe in hard work, working very hard to get it done. And I want to let those youths know there that are watching that hard work is very important. You can't expect to get from point A to point B if you don't work hard. You have to be dedicated, and you have to be consistent as well, because a lot of people go full force into something, but later on that just dies off. So you have to be consistent. And with the Pi image, it's how you portray yourself. You understand? And in terms of portraying yourself, I always believe in being humble and being, just be who you are, but being humble and being respectable. And last but not least, exposure. With Pi Data, we want to expose your creativity, your talent, your idea. So if you have, and it's regards to IT, so if you have an idea for for a mobile app, come to us and we'll promote that. You know, we'll expose you. If you have an idea for a fashion store, we'll help you create a website. We'll create that exposure. Whatever idea you have, we'll find a way to relate it and we'll expose you not only within your country, but within the Caribbean.
Now, are you seeking to start your own chapter of Pi Data here in Belize?
Yes.
How many people have you gotten engaged so far?
Well, we've connected to at least within the past 5 months with over 100 different Caribbean leaders, but we have a strong team in Pi Data is a strong 15 strong team, but we've already reached out to at least 10 to 15 Belizeans already, and yes, we are planning to start our own chapter here in Belize.
And you call it the Caribbean Technological Revolution.
Yes.
Which is very strong. Now, there are several things you said just now that I wanted to touch on, and I think it's absolutely powerful because one of the things that has been communicated very often about millennials, which is your generation, is that because we've gotten used to technology, that there is almost a expectation of instant gratification for everything. So when you talked about performance and hard work, for young people to be interested in startups and in creating their own type of technology and being the first and leading in a field, do you really find it to be true that there isn't a recognition that there's a long-term mentality that has to be adopted? You can jump into there.
Let me say something on that because what I see is that us, right, we have to set the example.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of talent out there, but sometimes they feel like, man, like there's nowhere to go with all this talent here in Belize sometimes. And you know, if we set the example as you know, individuals, as youths as well, you know, that will open up the door for a lot because we have some amazing guys in Belize that are creating apps, websites, the full works. Like there's some guys that code all day, and so you know, some people don't even know about them. So like we've been saying, you know, exposure is the key. Let's get exposed, Caribbean. Let's expose ourselves to the world.
To add to that, the Belizean mentality, it has a lot to do with exposure, but it has a lot to do with fear. I mean, for example, if I want to start a business and I go to a company asking for some money, and they tell me no. I mean, you know, that simple no could discourage me, could disappoint me. But what I want to say is that moving into that direction, moving into towards entrepreneurship, moving into having your own business, I mean, you will fall. I mean, you will lose. You will. It's something that is bound to happen, but it's something that has to be created up here. And not only that, you can't be selfish. You understand? A lot of Belizeans want to, and not only Belizeans, not to be picking on Belizeans, worldwide. Yeah. I mean, they have this mentality that I'm going to start this business, I'm going to make a lot of money, but they're so selfish. I always believe in teamwork. I always believe in unity. If I didn't meet him, I wouldn't even be here, because it's through teamwork that we accomplish a lot of stuff.
Just to focus a little bit on something that you said, the whole idea of idea sharing or networking, because that's a relatively new thing. People always think that the idea that I have, I'm not going to tell anybody because they're going to steal my idea, and
but
all
never
of
do
that,
anything with it.
and never do anything with it. So how do you get young people to actually understand that the way for the best way for an idea to grow is to actually share it with other people?
Yeah, well, we want to show them models like, for example, the European Union, the United States. You know, there are different models out there that have been successful. Well, we don't want to copy the models, but you know, in the Caribbean we have you know, so much parts, and it's a puzzle that if we put it all together, like Marlene said, a lot of people have an idea and keep it in a shell, and you know, they might be developing this idea for years and still haven't gotten anywhere. But let's say, for example, you contact somebody with expertise in a different field, you know, and that could, I don't know, add to what you have, and you know, it could make it better. I mean, everybody's idea contributes to part of the puzzle.
So what is it that you would like people to know about Pi Data at this point, Belizean specifically?
Well, I'd like to know I'd like for the youths, Belizeans, whoever you are, to know that there is hope in the Caribbean once again, that brighter days are here, and we as Pi Data, we're here to serve, we're here to help Belizeans. And you know, visit our website at www.pidata.co to find out more about us. And we're just here to promote, to give Belizean youths an opportunity to shine, to give Belizean youths an opportunity to share their ideas, not only within Belize, but within the Caribbean. We're giving them that exposure. We're giving them that network of, you know, to connect with Caribbean youths from all around, because I might have an idea, but if I share it with someone from somewhere else, they might have maybe a better vision than I do, and that could help me, you know, that could help me, you know, go in the right direction. So it's just that, you know, we're here to serve, and we're here to provide that opportunity for you.
Is it only open to people who are techie?
No, because myself, you know, I'm a music producer first of all. So when it comes to networking and a marketplace, your music, nowadays a lot of people record digitally, and now there's digital distribution. So in that sense, now your music goes on a digital platform for you to sell and make money. So we want to network with everybody, you know, musicians, artists who draw, anything. As long as you have a talent and a passion, and you're really passionate about what you do, and you want to represent the Caribbean, and you would like to work along with other Caribbean people, then it's definitely the thing to do.
And what's your definition of youth for Pi Data?
My definition of youth?
Anybody will feel like they're not youth.
Alright, that's good. Because you got William excited there, I'm just helping you out.
Now, I have another question, because Marlene asked the question about being a techie, but some people may not be aware of the advantages of being involved with technology. You talked just now, Darren, about, for example, digital platforms, and for some people that's still alien vocabulary. Even though they may use something like SoundCloud or whatever, they may not be aware of it. So how do you actually get provide opportunities for people to start understanding the technology that runs behind everything that we may use and take for granted, whether it's with an app or whatever?
Well, for starters, we're trying to do some webinars, educational webinars. We have certain people like Ryan Kopinski, like William spoke about earlier. He developed an app for the Google Glass. And, you know, you have individuals like him and a lot of other people around the Caribbean that could, you know, give educational webinars about certain topics. So if you have a little interest in something, these guys could really like stir it up some more, and you could get some information, you know, where to go, you know.
What we're also working on is, and this comes back to the idea sharing. I mean, you have an idea, come to us, and we'll help you develop that idea. You know, we'll share that idea with, of course, it's gonna done in a legal but professional way, and we'll help you build upon that idea. I mean, so if you love singing, come, and because I spoke to a lot of youths at the youth forum, and you know, a young girl came up to me and said, you know, I was doing some interviews, and she just came and pushed an earphone in my ears. I was like, what are you doing? And she said, listen to this, and I was listening to the song. I was like, wow, beautiful voice, who is this? And she said, it's me. And I said, you have a very, very beautiful voice, and this is definitely something that we could use, that we could definitely promote. So, you know, whether in the music field, whether you're a computer geek, whether, I mean, for example, if you want to have a fashion store with clothes and all of that, whatever it is, I believe we could find a way to help promote you and help out in some way.
All right.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for joining us this morning and sharing. And we hope that more young people, by any definition, will latch on to this. So the website again?
www.pidata.co. One last thing that I'd like to mention as well, we're preparing for a trip in Miami at Canto's conference, and we're going to be having something big. I can't reveal it yet, but definitely stay tuned to our Facebook page at facebook.com/pidata.tech and look out for more details. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my family and friends for supporting me. I'd like to thank the University of Belize, Digicel, of course, my buddy here, Darren, for traveling along with me. And they always say give credit to where credit is due as well. And I'd like to thank a phone company from Telesur, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be at that conference and we wouldn't be here sharing our experiences with you. So again, thanks for those watching live and supporters, and thank you for having us on the show.
Well, keep up the good work, guys, and we hope that the next time we talk to you, this will be a movement of young people.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.